So today is day 2 of the 21-day solidarity challenge. And today was different. I woke up today after yesterday. So day 1, I sat with all my shit. Every feeling, every emotion that rose, every thought that passed through, every bit of energy that shifted in my body, I sat with everything with no desire to judge it, with no desire to fix it or change it or make it be something that it wasn't, but just to let it be and acknowledge it, to give it space and to say, I feel you, I see you, it's okay, tell me more. And I went through a variety of emotions, right? So like my first video, I was in tears, sitting with those emotions because they were bringing up and making things bubble to the surface that I really didn't choose. But I did choose that it was okay for those things to exist. And in doing that, we got to know each other a little better. And at the end of yesterday, I resolved to put everything in its place, right? So there comes this point in our feelings where we get beyond judging them and having feelings about our feelings, because that's a thing too, where we have feelings about our feelings. And when we get beyond that space and see them for what they are and where they come from and the longings within our soul that they're connected to, then we can speak to the longings and not to the feelings. And so I got to be able to do that and to affirm where I am and to say that it is good. It's all okay. Today, I woke up with a new direction on my mind, right? Because I believe when we feel our feelings and we go into that emotional space, it's not so that we can stay there, but so that we can transcend it. And to be able to transcend it, not with a pseudo cover, like not without doing fake shit to cover it up, okay? Like, I don't even want to try to find fancy words to elaborate right now. There's work in this, and it requires us going deep in ourselves, right? So today I woke up with a new direction in mind, and the 3 questions that I asked myself are, what do you want? What do you need? And what are you expecting? Right? So I've gotten to this place in my life where I wake up and I expect things to come to pass for me. And I don't put limitations on how long it's supposed to take it to come, or what path it's supposed to take to get to me, or even what that looks like, right? I just put the expectation out there that this is what I want, this is what I need, and this is what I expect. And they're not always the same. But for me, it's clear. It's important for me to be able to delineate what's where on my priority list. And so I go through periods where I ask this question in different seasons of my life, right? So when I have a list of things that I want and things that I need and am expecting, once I done cross those off, it's time for a new list, right? Because when you come with the expectation, the energy that comes with that means that I know it's mine. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for what's mine. You know, there's this place between feeling like you already have it and still desiring it. And you know, the Buddha would say that the desires are the cause of suffering. But I also think that desires have the ability to set us free when they are in alignment with what our souls have called us to do in this time and space, right? So the other thing I've had the chance to do today is sit and spend time with my mentors. Like, I had to work today. And it's crazy when you say you're going to be in solitude, there are still confinements around what that looks like. So I haven't left my house, but I had to Zoom for like 6 hours today. Like, first of all, we got to figure that shit out pandemic wise, because that ain't helpful for nobody. But when I got done peopling, I was like, spend some time with the people who feed your soul, with the people who teach you and who help you grow and who help you apply things to your life. And I call those people my mentors, and I don't have to know them. They don't even have to be alive to be my mentors. they have to execute the function I just named, right? And so I have a few of those. So one of them, clearly I've been out here today. I got stuff everywhere, but I told myself I needed to revisit a book that I read probably about a year ago, maybe, but it's very essential to me in helping me be able to understand the pathways to be able to execute certain functions. So Sacred Contracts is a book that I really love. Carolyn Mice I actually like, right? So Sacred Contracts is a good book. Anatomy of the Spirit is another good book. And I just got The Creation of Health to that I'm reading like as a companion. It made me go back to this book. But yeah, just being mindful of all the things that we contract to do when we come back into this world, this life, this plane, this dimension, this experience that we're having, you know, the lessons that we are required to learn to help us expand and to elevate and to hack the next level. We ain't gotta actually do that, right? There's a level of predetermination where for our soul's evolution, we make those contracts to do those things, but free will exists for us all. So whether or not we're going to actually do that is up to us. And so for me, I'm just grateful for her thoroughness in this book in terms of how she gives us keys to be able to be self-aware of our own proclivities, of the things in us that we're responding to, of our own archetypal patterns and how they play themselves out, of our relationships and our agreements with ourselves and with others. Just so many different jewels. So I sat down and started revisiting that today. Uncle G, I spend time with every day. If you don't know who Uncle G is, I encourage you to get to know the brother, okay? Grant Cardone. I'm reading Be Obsessed or Be Average, right? Because I'm working on a lot of shit right now. And what I can say is, dude has this insatiable tenacity to get in there. Do what the fuck you gotta do. Don't make no bones about it to nobody, but be so committed to yourself and to what you're doing that not only can you do that, but you can 10x that shit. Right? Like, don't let your goals just be your goals, but realize you got infinite potential, and you the only one that can cap yourself out, limit yourself, or cut yourself short about that shit. So figure out your why, name your goals, align yourself with them, and be relentless. So that's it. Be obsessed to be average. You either gonna find something to be obsessed about that you're gonna produce in, that's gonna allow you to be better, or you gonna be average. And it's okay, because there's a lot of average motherfuckers out here. I remember being in school and making all A's and feeling like everybody made all A's, or everybody should make all A's. And my mother had to groom me out of that understanding, because that was the standard in my house. That was the standard. And it wasn't a standard because everybody makes all A's. It was a standard because I make all A's. And it was a lesson in that. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold yourself to the standard of other people. For people out here who have average tendencies, what they produce will show that. You got to figure out within yourself who and what you want to be. And so because I never had the option to be average, I don't think that my life and the way I approach it produce mediocrity or things that are average. And that's something that I had to accept today. You can't hold people to the standards that you hold yourself to. Because even though you have high standards for yourself, you still hard on yourself. You still hold yourself to a level of accountability that no other person could ever hold you to. And that's why I produce. And that's what I'm learning is my power. And that's what I'm learning is the power in this solitude. The more that we're able to see ourselves clearly in the mirror, naked and unashamed, and find power in that to create a pathway that allows us to be able to use what we see to see something different, right? I see myself in the mirror, naked and unashamed. And my body might not look like the body goals I have, but damn it, I know where I'm at. So in order for me to get to the goal of how I see myself in the future, I got to see me where I'm at right now. So I got to see me as I am so I can see something different. The first thing in figuring out what you want is figuring out what you don't want. You know, and that go back to the acknowledgement of, am I producing what I want to produce? And today, I feel like it became so clear to me when I asked myself those three questions. What do I need? What do I want? What am I expecting? Write that down, man, and move in that. Move in the expectation that the things that you need and that you want not only are yours, but they're making their way to you in the easiest, most simplest fashion that they can be received in. Abraham Hicks calls it the path of least resistance. And so, as I wrote those things down today, my spirit said, these are the things you focus on. These are the things that you give energy to. And not having them met, right? You give your energy to shifting, naming the things that you need and you want to the things that you are expecting. It should only be one list. If I need and I want anything and I know the power of who I am and of the source that I come from and of everything that I can do within me, I don't have no reason to have any fear. I don't have any reason to have doubt. I don't have any reason to see lack, even if that may be a part of some experience around me. I don't have to claim it as my own. I get to choose for myself. I get to design myself for myself. Everything that exists in my life is a product of me. And if I don't like the shit that's in my life, then I don't have to change my life. I do. I have to change me. I have to change the things outside of me. I have to change me. My outer reflects my inner. And so on today, man, when I tell you, my lessons have been so clear, and I'm grateful for my mentors and how they have brought everything full circle for me. One thing we got to always be mindful is of where we are in the process. Where we are with how we feel, which was what we did on day one. Where we are with the things that we're thinking and how we have classified them. Is where we at on day two. I don't know what day three is going to look like. I'm writing this down as it unfolds for me. Because part of this is me exploring myself and my own natural tendencies of healing. What are the things that I just began to do without thinking about them that bring me some level of comfort, some impetus for growth? That's the beauty of stillness. A lot of times we don't sit still long enough to be able to figure it out. But I don't know if y'all can tell, my house is silent. It ain't nothing going on in here but me. It's no music, no TV, no none of that. I don't need that. Those voices impede on me being able to hear my own and being able to hear the source within me that's leading me, that's guiding me. I need that. It's one thing for me to receive knowledge and intellectual information, but that is only one source of guidance. The divine, the intuitive, the spiritual guidance that comes from within, I got to go within in order to be able to access. And so I just encourage us, man, get your solitude in, because day two was good for me. And it's just day two. I'm excited to see what day three allows me to behold. So I love you. I appreciate you for being here and listening with me. And I want you to remember, you always belong to yourself. Your first home is inside yourself. And you are always worthy. You are always worthy. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Get what you need. Because you deserve to have all that you need. as well as every good thing that you desire. And don't let nobody tell you different. Peace.